friendly with Frank Sinatra?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I was wondering about the scene with the horse head in The Godfather. They said it was based on Frank Sinatra getting the pardon from here to eternity.
Well,
Do you know if there's any truth to that rumor?
I'll tell you the truth about that. That horse scene with John Morley, who was supposed to be playing Old Man Cohen, was all a myth created by Mario Puzo, fortunately. Why Sinatra was so angry about having Frankie Fontaine be his character, because the mob did not get him that part. What I'm about to tell you, who got him that part, you're not going to believe. Ava Gardner, after their divorce, Frank Sinatra was so depressed, he tried to kill himself. And thank God for his neighbors smelt the gas on 72nd Street, and she called the super, they knocked down the door. Frank's head was in a gas oven, and he damaged his vocal cords for 2 years. Anybody who remembers his career, he couldn't sing, and she destroyed him. And he wanted to be in Here to Eternity. And they swore he'd never be in the movie. And this is a little risque, but we live in Vegas. Ava Gardner knew Cohen's wife. And she went to the wife and said, I gotta ask you the strangest favor in the world. And nobody will tell you the story. I'm telling you, this is how it happened. She went to Cohen's wife and said, your husband has been trying to screw me for years. I owe Frank Sinatra a life. I'll go to Acapulco with your husband, with your blessings, for the weekend. He can have his way with me if he gives Sinatra the part. That's how Sinatra got the part. And he didn't want, nobody did take the credit for that. That's amazing. I mean, that's why he was so angry.
We'll get to yours next. We have right in the middle back. Okay.
Hi, I'm from Chicago, so
Hey, I love you.
Alcohol.
I'm in Chicago once a month now.
All right, well, call me. So, a couple things. I want to share this because I'm a lifelong movie lover. Just because the very first movie my parents
Can you
took
talk a
me to.
little louder?
Absolutely. My very first movie that my parents took me to was to see The Godfather, which is kind of sad because I was a little kid, and of course the scene still traumatizes me now. But it started a lifelong love of movies for me. So thank you. But the second thing I want to ask you is, you mentioned Marilyn Monroe.
Right.
Curious, can you share a little bit about your experience with Marilyn Monroe and how she made you a man?
Well, you know what happened? Well, you asked, I'll tell you. Anyway, I got caught when I was early on in my life as a messenger for Costello. And my rap was the Upper West Side. And I was walking down Broadway, going to Toots Shores, where they hung out in the afternoon, bringing Frank an envelope. And this car pulled up, and two uniformed guys get out, and they were truant officers. I didn't know what a truant officer was. And they said, what are you doing? How come you're not in school? I said, I don't go to school. They said, how old are you? I said, I'm 15. They said, you're supposed to be in school till you're 16. So he writes me out a ticket. So I gave my mother and father's address. So I go to Shore, and I said, I got a ticket. He looked at it, he started laughing. He said, well, I'll take care of it. So the next day I see him, he said, I enrolled you in Wilford Academy. It's on top of Lindy's restaurant. So you don't have to, you don't have to break up your route. But go there in the morning, sign in, you can sign out. Now, he told the wrong guy that. I got there at 9 o'clock. There was 35 young girls learning how to do it. I started hanging out there. I'm the only guy, real guy. Everybody else there really wasn't a guy. So I got the only guy there. And as luck would have it, Mark Sinclair, who was a colorist for Clairol, major, top guy, and Kenneth, who was Senator John F. Kennedy's wife's hairdresser, and then when she became president, they opened up Mark, he had his own salon. But at that time, they were working for Lily Datchet. So they said I could be a shampoo boy and give my last 100 hours working and getting tips. So I asked Costello. He said, how many hours you got? I said, I'll go 2 hours. So just do the 2 hours, late afternoon after you pick up everything. So late afternoon, I didn't realize we were all society chicks. And people like Marilyn Monroe got up. So the fourth head of hair I'm gonna shampoo, and they had, I mean, this is a very high-end place. You know, they meet the maid, they take their clothes, and put them in a schmuck on them, and when I got to them, they were laying in the seat of the sink already, looking at the ceiling. Now, I watched Some Like It Hot 100 times for that. And I'm looking, I said, this is Marilyn Monroe. I couldn't believe it. I think I was 15 and a half years old, and I got Marilyn Monroe in there. So they had everything written on the card. She writes, strong shampoo, this is the rinse, this, that. And I don't know. You know, I had a set Tuscan water, put it on the wrist, the right temperature. Now, we all know the configuration of a shampoo base. Do we all know the configuration? So now I'm standing over there. Let me have a second clean this up. I had my 3-piece set on her shoulder. And I start massaging her, and she's moaning like we're having sex. And I'm 15 and a half. So I got an erection, I must have been poking her in the ear. So now, she started requesting me. I think she liked the massage. So not too long after that, she requested me. They were hiding her out for a year in New York because she wanted to become known as a great actress. So they hid her out. And she said, they told me, go to the Waldorf and bring a shampoo kit. Marilyn requested you to be there at 5 o'clock. So it's okay, I'll go. So I go there, she got a beautiful terry cloth robe. And I'd never been in a hotel room up until that time. And she lets me in, there's nobody in the room, but I'm not. I mean, a big suite, beautiful place. I never had room service. She said, you have lunch yet? I said, no. So I'm about to order room service. I said, great, order. And I'm sitting there waiting to wash hair. And next she comes in, she's ordering champagne. I never had a glass of champagne in my life. So she pours a glass of champagne. I said, I'm not old enough to drink. She said, who's going to tell anybody? So now I have a glass of champagne. She said, well, I'm going to go take a bath. I said, I'll leave and come back. You want me to come back in half an hour? She said, no, come in the bathroom with me. I said, what? And she walks to the door of the bathroom, the double door, and she drops her robe, and I'm looking at Marilyn Monroe. And I'm saying, this is nuts. So now, again, I'm still embarrassed. She's getting in the tub with me. And I'm starting to get in the tub with my clothes on. She don't take her clothes off. I thought maybe she wanted me to wash her hair in the tub. The nicest thing I could say about that day, that was the Saturday afternoon. I left Monday morning. You have no imagination.
Let's see, we have